welcome to the Do It All Dad Year podcast, where Gen X parents understand controlling our kids with comedy can make our kids great again. And I'm your host, Michael Kornbluth, and this is episode 96, Really Hating on Jews Now. This is me explaining the significance of Elvis to my son. Elvis was a white man who sounded like a black man. This is me explaining the significance of Elvis to my son. Elvis was a white man who sounded like a black man. And before Elvis, dads weren't letting their daughters hop on a train to the south side of Chicago to see Buddy Guy jerk off his guitar shaft. Quick side note, folks. There's a great documentary. And when I say documentary, it's just a documentary of a collection of performances from the Rolling Stones at the Beacon Theater that Martin Scorsese did called Shine a Light. And the entire reason why you should see it alone is just to see Buddy Guy in it. You see Buddy Guy in it, and he'll rock your world. And you'll think, okay, I understand how like Jimmy jacked about 70% of his playing chops and 30% of his persona. And in the end, all really Jimmy added to the mix was the hats and all the annoying alien intro segues and all those albums that ruins the flow. Jimmy's great. I love me some Jimmy. Don't get me wrong. But Buddy Guy, wow. True force of nature. Definitely worth checking out. So this is a scene with Rosario Dawson at a off-Broadway playhouse. And in this scene, her acting partner is the Cory Booker, her real-life main squeeze. Here we go. Off-Broadway playhouse. Rosario Dawson. Here we go. This is Rosario Dawson. You want to talk about tremendous, mountainous lobes of perfection. Wow. Definitely check out Alexander. Here we go. Rosario Dawson. Would you run into a burning building for me? Bad boy, soy boy? Cory Booker replies, was it you or Chloe Sevigny who got AIDS in kids? Just kidding. In the end, Chloe didn't feel so privileged after all. Can I get a holla for some holla? That is an A-plus joke. Nick DiPaolo, I know you're proud of me. Highlights of my day, back to back. It's my daughter. Daddy, this tortellini is perfect. And fresh seltzer really makes it pop. And then my son says, Mommy wasn't entertaining me. I was playing with my Amazon Kindle. They totally kill me. They really do. So this is a intro for my first pilot script in 3 years. Crazy Good Data in the dining room. Crazy Good Data. It's a voiceover. This casserole, and I'm referring to a casserole that my wife just made. This casserole was made with 0.0 love. No yummy dances, and Mama's on her tonight. Crazy good, it's not. Do It All Dad can't be dismissed. Can I get another holla for some holla? So this is Kellyanne Conway at home later tonight. Pass the ketchup, dear. Kellyanne Conway's husband replies, Heinz says it's organic, but it's a total lie. Like your boss man's of the people spiel. Kellyanne Conway replies, these kids can't go off to college fast enough. And knowing that they inherited half of your brain, dear, we're going to have to bribe a lot more than $50,000 at Georgetown University. Ban the Electoral College because New York City has its shit together. New York City teachers can't suspend dangerous minds anymore like Tupac from Juice. Democrats have an easier time passing a bill denouncing anti-Semites in their own house. So this conversation at home in Manhattan Beach at Jimmy Kimmel's awesome abode in Manhattan Beach. This conversation with him and his wife, Jimmy Kimmel. Trump is terrible. This is Jimmy Kimmel's head writer wife. I know you're excited to interview Ann Coulter, Jimmy, but your cheating slut bitch ex, Sarah Silverman, is the one who's truly gone off the reservation. Can I get another holla for some holla? Magic. Can't trade LeBron. He made HIV disappear. Who are you to question Magic's handle on the situation? So this is a new defense for taking up the ass during the 70s. It was the Quaaludes. If it could take the edge off Shitty Blow, or Marlon Brando, if it could make anyone open up to the idea. So, again, I wanted to talk about babyface Omar and really hating on Jews now, but we'll get to that in a second. So this is my brother's fiance attacking parents of child actors entrusting their children with touring productions of Annie. This is, okay, so it's like a conversation I actually had without the punch at the end. But this is my brother's fiance attacking parents of child actors entrusting their children with touring productions of Annie after we had a conversation about the two Coreys and the Michael Jackson doc. She says, "What did these parents expect?" And afterwards I thought, an actor's equity card membership for their star-seeded offspring to feed off tomorrow. This is my younger brother clarifying a previous text he sent to me. Need your body to rest on. That text was for Jane. I reply, I think your brain needs a rest from hard drug use in the bathroom stall dreaming. My brother's fiance suffers from anxiety because she stresses over grading essays for ESL, which stands for English as a Second Language. Worst case scenario, Jet Li Jr. doesn't give her a Mandarin for overlooking his intellectual property theft from The Art of War. If current Democrats in power love Jews so much, then why hasn't one prominent one in the House or Senate called Babyface Omar to her face a blatant anti-Semitic bigot of the most transparent order, beekeeper, burqa, on or not? Michelle Obama's a rock star. Is she playing Tina Turner in a biopic remake movie for Netflix called What's Talent Got to Do with It? Do Democrats hate Jews? How many love Ivanka? She eats kosher. Her husband helped pass prison reform, affecting mainly men of color. CNN coddles Babyface Omar like she's a lost, brainwashed PLO intern refugee for Roger Waters. You tell me, America. That's for you, Bernie. Dr. Seuss, I don't know if you guys have heard, Dr. Seuss is guilty of casual racism now because he only depicts Arabs riding camels. But these camels are pink, so he's really shining a spotlight on the rich, beautiful diversity of albino camels who never see the light of day, except in kids' picture books. Dr. Seuss is racist now. Why? Because the Lorax looks like Donald Trump and Captain Caveman had a baby? Dr. Seuss is racist now. Because refusing to read my kids Green Eggs and Ham means I hate Irish people and fold my arms to jump around and won't give credit to Danny Ainge for being a shrewd front office GM for the Boston Celtics, post Red Auerbach, because I hate the Irish that much and only want to give championship success attributed to the Jewish owner, legend, Pryor. Cat in the Hat is a racist? I thought he was a larger-than-life pimp daddy lover of rhyme, who, like Slick Rick, peaked early. Paving the way for smoother, longer-lasting, more dancing and prancing, tongue-twister cats like Walt Frazier. Can I get a holla for some holla? Dr. Seuss illustrations erase children of color. The majority of his books are about an extra-tall cat in a pimp hat, who spits children rhymes like Slick Rick if you never play with BB guns. Still don't see the problem here. We at Whole Foods in Hillary Hammertime Kankel's country in Chappaqua. Barista, the espresso machine is out of order. And I reply, Jeff Bezos is the richest man on earth. You don't have a flying clone espresso machine handy? Today I'm liking Howard Schultz more than usual. 50% of Americans are for socialism today. So all the young kids sweet on Adderall now are working harder at sounding more entitled than ever before. John Wayne movies is the reason my English father-in-law moved to America. So he's over last weekend, and he asked my wife and I, did you watch the Oscars? And I said, no, but they're changing the name of John Wayne Airport. And he says, because of his right-wing politics? And I said, CNN hates straight shooters Americans look up to. Can I get a holla for some holla? So the next day, this is me in the car, driving my daughter to school, and I say, Matilda, Gentiles like Gita shouldn't say Shylock around Jews like ourselves ever. His casual racist defense, Hugh Grant was betraying one in Paddington Bear. The old man, SAP nerd, is a Shakespearean scholar now. Too bad nobody asked you, Limey, but you're just anti-Israel, mate. Correct? The Democrat love fest with my Jewish brothers and sisters continues. I don't think I overreacted. Obviously, that conversation never actually happened. But babyface Omar. So a new Urban Dictionary submission. Anti-Semitism. Meaningless if you're a Muslim in a post-Obama America. Even if they insist the Iran deal was the deal of the century for Israel. Trump constantly calls out Nazi scum for the dirtbags, dregs of society they are. Yet precious Rep. Ilan Omar is held to the same social standards as brainwashed PLO intern gophers for Roger Waters. What? Roger Waters, the only one that's allowed to sound repetitive for the Pink Floyd, The Wall, and The Final Cut. Pelosi, defending you-know-who. Lawmakers support Israel because they're getting paid off is nonsense. All Omar was trying to say was the New York Times ignored the Holocaust until it became impossible to ignore. So no worries, knowing the New York Times got her back. Stifling debate about Mitty's policy. Demonize Israel for defending its right to exist is the UN's policy of radical terrorist empowerment. Not in Trump's world, but Cortez confuses the Bronx for Yorktown Heights, so she's mentally challenged to begin with. Nancy Pelosi defending Omar behind closed doors. Muslims will be Muslims. Let's not act like there was a love fest between the two religions in the first place. The Quran anoints Muslims as our chosen rulers, not Spielberg, Schultz, and Kushner. All right? This is the Do It All Dad Year podcast. Dad-friendly entertainment for you and me. What Gen X parents understand. Controlling our kids with comedy can make our kids great again. And I will talk to you guys soon.